Every time you cheer for the New York Knicks, you are using a name that stretches back centuries. But the word Knick isn't just about basketball. It is a linguistic thread connecting 17th-century Dutch trousers, the brutal reality of American slavery, and a massive billionaire bailout on Wall Street. The name starts with the Dutch. In the 1600s, colonizers arrived to establish New Netherland. They wore distinctive baggy trousers rolled up just below the knee, known as knickerbockers. Centuries later, the term became a universal nickname for anyone from New York. But the story the history books often skip is how these original knickerbockers built their wealth. In 1626, facing severe labor shortages, the Dutch West India Company imported the first enslaved Africans to Manhattan. These enslaved men and women cleared the forests, farmed the land, and built the physical foundations of New York City. They constructed Fort Amsterdam and erected the literal wooden wall meant to protect the colony. Today, the path alongside that barrier is called Wall Street. The foundational capital of New York's economy was generated by forced labor, creating an official slave market right on Wall Street by 1711. By the late 19th century, Knickerbocker had evolved. It was no longer just about Dutch pants. It was branding for New York's ultra-wealthy elite. Capitalizing on this image of old money prestige, the Knickerbocker Trust Company became one of the largest financial institutions in America, operating at the epicenter of Wall Street. Then came October 1907. A failed stock scheme triggered a massive bank run. The Knickerbocker Trust Company collapsed, sparking the Panic of 1907, also known as the Knickerbocker Crisis. The entire U.S. financial system was on the brink of total ruin. With no Federal Reserve yet in existence, the nation's richest titans stepped in. J.P. Morgan, alongside John D. Rockefeller, locked Wall Street's top bankers in a room and pooled their massive private fortunes to bail out the banks, steering the economy away from collapse using the staggering wealth built upon centuries of American capitalism. 4 decades after that massive financial crisis, in 1946, New York was granted a franchise in the precursor to the NBA. The team's founders wanted a name that screamed New York identity. They drew Knickerbockers out of a hat. By this time, the brutal colonial history and the chaotic financial panics were completely sanitized. The complex legacy of forced labor, Wall Street infrastructure, and high finance bailouts was flattened into a multi-billion-dollar sports franchise. History isn't just buried in textbooks. It's embedded in the architecture of our cities, the foundations of our financial systems, and even the names of the teams we cheer for every single night.